And this year we are trying to do some peer feedback. So we set up a protocol where they would trade notebooks with a partner, and they'd be looking for where their partner used kinetic energy to explain something. And if they found it, to highlight it. And if they didn't find it, then to write kinetic energy with a question mark next to it. So again, we're looking at this as something that's practice that deserves feedback.
Something my curriculum pair and I did to help students self-assess as they were working through assessments is we took the open science rubrics and we pulled out the main criteria to reach mastery into checklists on the actual assessment. So this is an assessment from Unit 6.2 about condensation outside of a water glass. And we took the rubric for this assessment, the expected responses that students were supposed to have if they understood the concepts. And we put what we wanted in their answer in order for them to show mastery into these check boxes. And what was great about that is that students were able to, as they were writing and as they were explaining, to look back at those check boxes and see if they've included those things or not. And if they didn't, they could always go back up to the list and make sure that they go back and add those things.
Things I like to do here that helps to make, I think, grading a little bit easier is when the kids are doing large sort of end or mid-unit models or transfer tasks, I often like to have them work in partners. And so I'll give them the choice. They can certainly work individually if they want. But what they'll do is they'll work together on, let's say, a transfer task or a model. And if they're doing a transfer task, both will be working through the document, both have their own, and they're collaborating on the answers. And what I tell them is I'm going to grab one of these to grade and to give feedback. So you should talk through, both papers should have exactly the same answers. And so this saves some time because instead of grading, let's say 24 transfer tasks, I'm now grading 12 and providing feedback. I think it's also more impactful because now they're talking through the answers. They're having some discourse, some argument perhaps as they work through. And within that, they're encouraged to use all the documents that we've been working with throughout the unit, their progress tracker, all of those things. So allowing them to have all of these tools, plus a person to sort of talk through, I think in the end saves a lot of time, but also makes it much more impactful for the student because a lot of times I'll hear students sort of correcting their thinking as they are talking through something with a partner on a particular assessment.